I'm Ashokkumar Mistry. I'm an artist based in Leicester, and I'm also a member of the Onyx collective. I'm a brown male in his almost in his 50s, and I've been asked by Disability Arts Online to do a content takeover on behalf of Onyx.
Okay. My name is Ngozi Ugochukwu. I am a Black woman and I am wearing a hat, baseball hat, um, a jumper which is blue with orange. It's like diamond pattern, so you can see the orange come through the jumper, and it's a light blue, like a baby blue um, jumper. Uh, yeah, and I'm in my flat um, with it's got white walls and there's a pink lamp in the background. And to my um, to my left and then to my right is pictures on a glass table.
So today I'm talking to Ngozi Ugochukwu. Hi Ngozi, how are you
I'm
today?
good and very well.
What's the weather like there?
Do you know what? It's really nice. I don't know if you can see behind me. It's got blue skies, a bit of cloud, but from where I live, this is a good day because it usually just rains.
That's good. That's good. It's a little bit changeable here. I think it's a little bit windy out, so we get cloud cover and bits of sunshine. So yeah. Anyway, it's good to see you again. It's been
Yeah,
quite a while since we all got together
yeah, it
as the
has.
group, as the Onyx group.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. It's good to see you as well.
Yeah,
Well,
warm memories of those days.
yeah,
But it's great to talk to you about your work again as well. Your fantastic photography work. Um, Ngozi, if you could just tell us a little bit about your practice, that'd be brilliant just to kick us off.
yeah. So I'm a photographer, but I would say multidisciplinary because um, I also write and um, I, I I direct, but not drama or anything. It's mainly like factual stuff with my job and short form. But I want to go into the theatrical side of directing. But my mainstay is photography. It's a passion I've had since as a kid, and it's one of those things that you didn't think you could even get a career out of it. I was never encouraged to do it at school, but I always knew when I had a camera, this was amazing and I loved it. And so, yeah, so I'm a photographer. It's taken me a long time to actually say I am a photographer. Um, that kind of imposter syndrome always crops up,
Yeah.
doesn't
It
it?
does, it does, it does. I still feel that kind of, it almost feels like someone's hand on your shoulder, and it's quite terrifying sometimes. But the work is fantastic, and you really bring this fresh sense of perspective in your photographic work, and you can kind of see that performative background in the work as well, in terms of how you frame the shot and so on.
Yeah,
It
thank you. I
really
never
kind of
thought about
comes
that,
through.
but yeah,
Yeah,
it's it's really weird, isn't it, as an artist that you do it and you put it out there, and it reflects back on you, and you don't realize that what you're saying sometimes or how you do it because it's so instinctive.
yeah,
And it's not until you have conversations like this or people see it and they see things that you don't even thought of saying or even didn't even realize you were doing when you took the photograph. So
right. If you could just tell us a little bit about how rest becomes a part of your practice, how you develop ideas and that sort of thing.
yeah, it's rest. I've been thinking about this question. For me, I struggle because I'm so kind of active. I'm so like got to do things and like I'm always figuring out how I can do something when there's loads of juggle balls I need to juggle. So when I do rest, it's almost a complete shutdown. It's like I don't move, and I I, just literally sit there either listening to audiobooks or watching something on a box set or on a streaming channel, and I literally just, that's it. I don't move from like, so if it's a Friday, I don't move again till the Monday morning.
Right.
And I always felt really guilty about that. Because you go into, you meet friends or they go, what did you do at the weekend? And I'm like, oh, you always have to lie because you
Mhm.
can't say, I literally did nothing for 48 hours. They
Mhm.
look at you as you're a bit mad. But I've discovered that's how I recharge and kind of get myself ready for whatever I'm doing, whatever project, whether it's a work or just even sometimes meeting friends if I've been really busy. It's allowing me to just get that energy back
Yeah,
that I need. Um, and as I get older, I don't know if it's my old age because I'm not old, but I don't know if it's a symptom of old age or if it's my disability, because my disability as I get older I will get weaker and tireder. So it's really important that I start thinking about that more and appreciating that you just need to take a break, just take a
yeah,
breathe.
yeah. But is it quite a contemplative space in the sense that are you kind of thinking things through as well, or do you literally have to distract yourself from your work?
No, it, I think it depends on where I am in the project. If I'm like in the middle of something, it's sometimes it is just like shut down. But then other times I do use it to think things through when I'm stuck.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to do something and I can't think how I'm going to do it, or I need to write a proposal. I can't think of what I need to say. Sometimes just taking that step back makes me go, oh yeah, yeah, you can write that. It's almost like you're spending months thinking about something, and in that moment of just taking a beat, it comes just like that.
Mhm.
So I use it in both aspects in that respect. Um, but I actually love it.
Mhm.
I, I don't think yeah, just thinking through the questions that you given me, it's made me realize how much I do really appreciate taking that time out.
Mhm. Mhm. And it's the time that everyone wants to take from you, and you have to really hold that space and that time in order to kind of recharge that creative battery. Um,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to talk a little bit about how you develop work. Do you work in stages? What's more important to you? Is it kind of the process or is it the finished work? I mean, you're quite a perfectionist. I've always noticed, everything has to be in place, and so where do your kind of focuses lie?
Um, I think I think it's the end. It's just interesting what you said. You don't really notice stuff about you. I live alone as well, so you don't realize what you're kind of like because you haven't got like a partner going, you are this. So it's quite interesting you said that. It's the basis of what you said make me that mirror. It's the end process.
Mm,
It's making it look right. It's making it, if you're doing digitally editing it, getting the right colours. Sometimes I've done it and I've looked at it and I thought this isn't right. I spent another like days re-editing it because it just didn't look right. And once you do one re-editing it, you've got to do it all, because especially if it's part of a collection of photographs.
mm,
Um, so yeah, it is, it's the end process, because if you think about it, taking a picture, I suppose for me I find it really natural taking a picture because I think it's my um, filmmaking background. I can see things, and so for me taking it is not the difficult part, where it could be for other people. So for me that's, I can do that, boom, I like that shot. But then the true art comes in manipulating it and making it look beautiful or making
yeah,
it not look beautiful, but that's part of the process.
yeah,
But I do enjoy, I've learned to enjoy, and I've realized how much I enjoy bringing people together to help you. It's like the project management side of it.
mhm,
um, I've started to enjoy that actually, because you really see that one grain of an idea, and it starts growing and growing and growing, and you go, oh my god, this is going to happen. So I've learned to enjoy that process as well.
Fantastic. I mean, it really gives a great insight into the care that you take when you're um, creating an image. I'm actually quite the opposite. I'm quite slapdash. And for me, sometimes the process of making is so we're quite contrast to each other in that sense. But sometimes um, that contrast is really interesting when you put works together, when you put people together, as we do in the collective. You know, we've got so many different people with different talents and different ways of working, and that approach and that contrasting approach is really interesting, especially when you put two people together and they've got contrasting ways of doing things.
Yeah,
Get some really interesting work coming out. Um,
yeah,
and what have you been working on? Are you able to talk about it?
yeah.
The
No,
latest
it's
work.
yeah. To be honest, it's really, really, really early stages because I keep it's about the motivation. It's keep getting that motivation and keep stopping and starting, and because my practice is not my full time occupation, which I wish it was, I keep kind of like going off course.
Mm,
So there's things in my head at the moment that I've always wanted to do, and so I'm going to do it. Put it out there. Hopefully, it'll happen. Nobody will steal it. And if they do, it wasn't meant to be, but I don't think that. So I've had this idea to mix photography for my stairs. Go back to stairs. I've done photographies on scars, which I want to go back to. But the one I want to focus on for my next project is do a map of the United Kingdom, Great Britain, looking at taking pictures of stairs, but through the socio-economical backgrounds and um, different areas within the United Kingdom, north, south, but through looking through stairs. Sounds a bit left field, I think. I think I've explained what I want to do, but I also, at the back of that, I also want to do a sculpture um, of stairs by using wheelchairs. So,
right, right.
yeah,
So
so I
there's
want,
the photography is kind of moving into kind of more sculptural work is
yeah,
actually yeah,
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 yeah.
really interesting.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I've I keep this is what I mean. I keep stopping and starting, and but I want to just use to see if it works because it might not even work. But that's the idea, is to use this, because if you think about a wheelchair, if you turn it upside down, it does look like a step. So
Yeah.
I want to use those to see if I can to create this kind of huge stairway. But I
Mhm.
also this is when it gets a bit kind of I think a lot of disabled people might not like me. I don't want to make it accessible. So I would like to make a viewing platform that disabled people can't go and see. So
Right.
you as a standing person could look down at the sculpture,
Yeah.
um, but as a disabled person you can't go up to it because it's almost making a political statement as well that we're still not accessible in this country. And so yeah, that's I'm kind of playing with that. It's really in its infancy, so it could completely change when I get to do it. But that's the idea I want to do.
Sure. And has your kind of like your the approach to your ideas, has it kind of evolved over the last few years in terms of what you're photographing and so on?
Yeah, I think I think to be honest, I was just doing it, you know, and now I want to do it and say something. I think I was always saying something, but I didn't realize I was saying something. So, in the sense that people could see something in what I was doing through
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
collections, but now I
It's almost like it was coded.
yeah, yeah. Um, so like I literally like to do a map of the United Kingdom through stairs. So you go to
Mhm,
Scotland, the Highlands. You
mhm,
go to Cornwall, you go to Wales.
mhm.
You look at castles. You look at um, you know, tenement buildings, you look, you know, council estates, like you look at posh areas in Kensington, I don't know, yeah, just across the country, and just to see, because you get buildings that look different, they look different. So why wouldn't stairs and
Hmm.
the architecture of stairs be different? They might not be, but I
Yeah,
want to see if it's true.
yeah. It reminds me of I think is it the Herbert Gallery in Coventry, where you walk in and there's this concourse, and there's this long, very long, flat staircase to one side that just leads you up to the main galleries at the top, and it feels really out of place. And the way it's been designed just feels like the staircase is almost part of the wall.
Oh wow, I'd like to
Just,
go
just
there.
one. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you see, and it doesn't. It's also getting access to, you know, private buildings, you know,
yeah,
private homes. You know,
yeah.
another little idea I'd love to do as well, is to take stairs of celebrities.
Right.
But you don't see the celebrity, and you might only have a clue of the celebrity maybe by their feet or by some indication on the stairs, but it's not about the celebrity, it's about their stairs.
Sure, sure. And that's the work that you have been doing, but what, in terms of the last piece of work that you've been working on, what have been the catalysts and the challenges for that, or the last body of work that you've
Yeah,
created?
I think the last one really was the Onyx stuff.
Mhm.
For me, it was just to try, how could I make it different? I don't know. How could I push it forward? And to be honest, I don't know if I really did push it forward, but I that's just been hard on myself. I think I struggled to try and think what I could do for it.
Mhm.
I like what I did, but for me, it didn't come easy this time for some reason.
I
And
think it was quite a truncated timescale as well.
yeah,
We didn't
yeah,
really have the time to experiment.
yeah. No, you're right. I think that it was. I think what we were trying to do, we were trying to come together and deliver something.
Mhm.
So something's got to give, isn't it, in that respect? But there's no. I'm really pleased what I delivered, but I struggled for some reason, which was bizarre because it's in my wheelhouse. It's what I do. But I wanted to try and do something different,
Mhm.
and I don't think I did it enough. But I was pleased what the outcome of it in the end.
Mhm.
Um, and it, like you said, it was. I wanted to play more with shadows, and I didn't really get an opportunity in that respect. Um, and that was all to do with my own skills as well. So I'm really learning because I'm self-taught. I'm not, um, yeah, I've not had that formal training, and so that's the kind of areas I'd like to develop within myself as well, to really
Sure.
experiment with photograph and photography.
Yeah. Well, it's been fantastic speaking to you today.
Yeah, thank you.
All the best with your future projects.
Yeah,
Um, Thanks very much.
thank you. That was really nice, and that went really quickly as well. So thank you for asking to speak to me as well.
Thanks.